I'm trying to hunt down Joel and Benji from Good Charlotte. They've been around for years and they're still relevant.
So I decided to meet Will Arnett because I really enjoyed his work on Arrested Development. He was the one that cracked me up the most.
I love to meet Dave Meyers because I love everything he's done.
If the opportunity arose and Bam and I could hang out, I just want to have a beer with him. That's going to break the ice. You never know what's at stake. You just got to be 100% prepared. Last time on 6 Beers of Separation.
I never was really into networking. I've always been pretty shy.
Oh, hi, everyone.
Yeah, I was wanting to meet you
Nice
guys.
to meet you, yeah.
I just met Norman Holland, and he gave me a card. He gave me his card and told me to call him.
Lane, our manager, he recommended that we should go see Peter Moses.
The whole tone is really, really credible, sensible and strong. So I'd suggest going to the States. So for instance, you know, there are a couple of clients that I have would definitely be able to push you on to the next step.
How am I going to hook up with the big band member?
So how are we going to get you there? Our mates at Monster Children.
Yeah, Vaughn Dead, man. I love that dude, man. He writes the best.
We'll get him and maybe he can hook you up even further.
You guys get back to work. Sneak a freak until death.
Jonathan told me I could open up for him, do 10 minutes up front. Last week I was back in Melbourne, so I'm kind of stoked about that. That's fun.
Oh, beautiful. Just gotta pep up. I don't want to come across too tired and too sick for Norman. That'd be pretty disrespectful, I think. Hey. Yeah, good, thanks.
Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you, Norman.
All right, you have a good Sundance?
Yeah, it was awesome. I ended up staying the whole time until Saturday. And I met a band over there, actually, Dolphin City from San Diego, and they're thinking of getting me to film a film clip for them while I'm here in the next 2 weeks, so...
Well, but what's your movie about, the short?
For some reason, I didn't get the DVD of my film to Norman. I was meant to actually get it to him in Park City, and then I somehow forgot to mail it to him, so I think he would have liked to have had it earlier.
I love to actually be able to talk intelligently about your work rather than kind of winging it.
For, you know, half an hour or so that the conversation was, probably only was successful conversation for about 7 minutes, so...
There are literally thousands of people out there who want to do what you said you want to do. So the important thing is to figure out what differentiates you from the next person.
Yeah.
You can't just meet Dave Meyer. Why should he pay any attention to you?
Yeah.
But if you come through someone who he trusts, then that's smart. So come prepared, stay focused, and leave something behind.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, and that requires prep.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, prep.
So do that next time,
I will,
okay?
I will. Meeting Norman was good because it kind of woke me up to the fact that if he can be that upfront and intimidating, then the next 4 people when I'm going to meet are only going to get worse. I'm just going to have to step it up a notch.
I really love a lot of New York bands, and I think that New York is such a great, inspiring, artistic city. I thought that would be a perfect spot to kind of start and then figure out where I want to go from there. If I'm going to be anywhere, I might as well be in New York.
Reach Chris, I can't take the call right now. Can you give me your name and your number? I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
Hi, Chris. It's Megan from Australia. Peter Moses, he gave me a few numbers, and one of those was the number of CJ Ramone. And seeing as I was in New York and he was in New York, it was just luck, I suppose. Hey, I'm
Calling
Megan.
up for you?
Oh, you just? What advice would you give to someone like myself? How would you say, like, you take it from, like, the local scene to a step up?
It's a difficult business. It would be easy for you to wear really tight-fitting clothes,
and a nice push-up bra and do your hair all crazy and go out there and do Britney Spears type stuff, you could probably make $1 billion doing that. You know, hook up with the right manager and have them tell you, you're gonna do this song for this movie and you just have to suck this guy's dick and dress like him. You know, one of the biggest lessons that I've learned is if this guy don't like you, somebody else is gonna come along that likes you.
Exactly. Well, not everyone's going to like what you do, you know? That's not a bad thing. And I've noticed you've got a few tattoos there, because I've got 2 tattoos, and I'm thinking of getting another one while I'm over here. And I'm thinking of getting a big love heart there.
You were a little jumpy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I got to thicken it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Again, a little bit better.
It's all painful, but there's different degrees.
I mean, you're a big, strong boy.
It don't matter how big and strong you are, it hurts.
Yeah.
My meeting with CJ was really great, and I got the tattoo, but I decided that I would go back to Peter Moses and call Rob Stevenson, a vocal coach in Atlanta, who apparently worked with Benji and Joel.
I wonder if they have to clean the opera house. Like, I wonder if that needs constant maintenance sort of thing. Like, you know what I mean? That's the bomber. No, because it's inland. There's like full second step, going to meet Born Dead. Basically, pop culture king extraordinaire. I think this is going to be the first peak along the trip that we're going to rock across the world. It's going to be awesome. So, brother, I'm Matt.
Hey, Matt. So, what brings you here?
Much to the disappointment of my lecturers, I made a yearbook for my portfolio.
Cool. Hey, this is slick.
Cheers, brother. I like graphic design, like everybody. I want to also adapt it to graphic design plus X. You know?
So pretty much anything that you can apply graphic design to, you're
Just make something from good to just me.
How long are you going to be away for?
How long's a piece of string, man? 12 grand goes a fair way, as long as we don't go to Colombia, right?
No, it's going to be a ball.
But on the flip side, hook me up, man. I want to go to America. Do you know anyone? Do you recommend somebody I should see?
We got 100 contacts you can use to get to BAM. Yeah. No worries.
That's sweet. If you could hook me up with that, that's awesome. Yeah. Do you know who I want to meet? These dudes, man, Architect. Their writer, Tony Akabasho, is from A-Life.
Yeah, he'll be right into it. We can email him right now if you want.
Yeah, let's do it.
Well, I mean, to get to BAM, there's heaps of people, like, obviously,
What are you up to tonight?
Oh, what are you doing?
We're having a little gig, our band, the Goons.
Oh,
Manly.
Are you in Goons as well? Can't touch it. They're good.
Sometimes people feel a bit nervous about presenting who they really are, and he obviously has no issues with that. He's a real character. Whatever he really focuses his energy into, he's probably going to be a success at it.
That was an amazing meeting. Those 2 guys, man, had a lot of kind words, and I know they're not pulling my chain, man. It feels great to hook up with people like that. So I'm frothing. I'm a foamy latte right now, and I'm a happy man.
Anyway, man.
Talk to me about tonight, man.
Thanks for coming in today.
Oh, man, I couldn't be more happy, man.
It was sick, dude. It was fucking good funny. But this is my thing with you, dude. I couldn't get a beat on actually what your passion was, because it was like you were passionate about everything. Where are you going to go after this one? After this scene?
I reckon with the hookups with you guys, between yourself, Mafia, man, I'll be in NYC doing something, fingers crossed, Akabasho.
We can hook you up with for sure.
Oh, well, my man, pretty loose, brother. Yeah. For real, man. Legendary.
I'm still working on this music video with a band that I met at the film festival, Dolphin City. And I sort of sat down and had a few drinks with them, and they've agreed to do a film clip with me. I think all of them are workable. I mean, and when you get into the verse in that song, it gets a lot more linear.
We'd probably all prefer that you choose one that's like means the most to you.
Yeah. That was a successful meeting. Like the jam was great, the sound was really good in there. I had a lot of visuals going through my head, but I still need to sort of sit down and actually zone out a little bit. They seem really open to anything pretty much. That's good and bad, usually. It just means I have to completely decide everything. I think once something comes to me and I get really excited about it, then it'll be all engines go. I just need to wait for that point and listen to it over and over and over until it works. If it never works, then I'll just be listening to it forever.
It's been a dream of mine to hit Vegas, so I'm really looking to make a go of all this, and honestly, opening for Amazing Jonathan is just, it's amazing. I say that with sincerity, though, it's unbelievable. He'll be my judge and jury.
Why don't you write down what you want for your intro? How about, we personally don't like this next guy, but you might. Please welcome.
My name's Oliver Clark. Sometimes people call me the man with the burns. I've got sideburns. I get it! You know, folks, I remember when I received my first Werther's original candy from my grandfather. That's what he called a blowjob back in those days. Yeah, it's getting awkward, isn't it?
Been a lot of fun.
Come on, he's not real funny, but he has leukemia.
They didn't know whether to embrace you as someone who was making fun of a certain type of character, or if you were the character. So they were a little confused.
Even if you do Andy Kaufman, you have to have a payoff.
I mean, I purposely write not to have punchlines, so I never actually get to a point, and just keep it going to the very end.
You can't do that. You can do it. It's just called an unfunny comic. You know what I mean?
What I like to do is let people find where the joke is. I don't like to give them, like, here's the joke, now laugh. That's been the hard bit, but it's been, I feel like a new comic again, essentially. And I think that's also been hard as well, because I don't like that feeling at all. It's like going back to school. If I'm bombing, my face will say it all. In the light that I know I'm bombing, but I don't really mind. And hoping that they'll come along with me. I'm not sure if Jonathan fully understood that. And I think because he thought I was such a newbie, he maybe assumed that I hadn't thought about that before.
You know what? We'll let the experts decide. Maybe the Hard Rock is better suited because they're a younger, stranger crowd, and you're a younger, stranger comic.
So I'm here at the Golden Nugget. I've got a 15-minute interview with Bernie Eumann, who's a manager for Siegfried and Roy and Muhammad Ali. Oh, it's like huge.
Say, Oliver, Bernie Eumann, how's it going?
Bernie, Oliver, how are you?
Pretty good, pretty good.
It's going good.
What have you been doing?
So I've been doing stand-up. I've done a few gigs.
How long have you been in this business?
About 8 years. Just doing stand-up, bit of music as well.
What made you want to be in this business?
I was watching Chevy Chase movies. I just enjoy being on stage.
Why did you come see me?
Well, that was fast-paced, high-tempo, intense, very intense.
New York, a city so nice they named it twice. New York's a great place. You could probably find an agent or a manager that'll help you along, but, you know, America is the land of opportunity, and you can pretty much get done anything that you make your mind up to do.
Did he say where in New York I should go or who I should meet up with? No. Thank you.
Good luck.
Cheers, mate.
Nice to see you.
Maybe some of the meetings have been a bit, you know, wishy-washy in terms of me sort of putting my presence out there as a comedian. That's where I just go, well, you know what, I'm a person, I'm just talking to this other guy. I actually feel like just spending this much time in Vegas as well has been a bit too stagnant. I haven't felt like things have been moving. I like to just work quick, I guess. And if I'm just hanging around waiting for things to happen and I don't know what I need to organise, it's, I kind of feel a bit useless. Going off to New York for no good reason, so it would seem. But I don't know, the same thing happened with Vegas. I was here, had no prospects, no contacts, and things worked out pretty well.
Next time on 6 Beers of Separation.
I think Bernie said I should come to New York because in terms of stand-up comedy, it's the best place to start.
You have to eat, drink, and shit comedy. I always say that. You have to.
Hopefully I can compose myself and not completely flip out in front of him. The one thing I'm going to grab is a pen.
Yeah, okay.
Tony, it's Matt Haynes from Australia, mate. I don't know where to go. Oh man, I understand. Yeah, I know what's going on. I'll let you do what you got to do, man.
Well, that's fucked.
Let's get out of here.
I want to see exactly where you are vocally. Yeah. Now, are you bubbling?
No.